What's up, guys? Miss here back here with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes commentary video, and we are going to cover developer notes today. Alright, so big updates got pushed out last night, shortly after midnight. The guild updates are on the horizon. They're literally coming this Sunday. So that is super awesome news to hear. I'm going to go ahead and pull up those developer notes right now so that we can read over those real quick. All right, so what we got was kind of a little bit of a teaser. They're going to basically get us all prepped up for this update coming Sunday night. So the 24th Pacific Standard Time. I don't know what time Pacific Standard Time, but I would assume that since most of my bigger updates hit me, I'm in United States Central Standard Time. Most of my big updates usually hit me around 6 p.m. ish time frame. So that would lead me to believe that if they're pushing things out on Pacific Standard Time, that means that sometime around 4 p.m. maybe on Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, Pacific Standard Time, you should be able to update your game manually. Usually my phone just updates on its own. I have my Google Play Store to auto update whenever I'm hooked up to my home Wi-Fi. So I never have to manually go and update my app. That, and every time I log into my game, it seems like it just manually downloads whatever update there was, and I have the newest updates. So I don't really have to manually update anything with my app. It usually just happens in the afternoon, and boom, I have the updates. So that leads me to believe that it'll probably be sometime in the afternoon on Sunday. Don't quote me on that because I may be wrong. It's EA. They may change things up on you. So, this is the information we've been waiting for. The information about raids. The raids are obviously designed to be epic, as can be seen here in the tiers. The raid requirements here, summoning raids is only going to be done by the guild leader. That makes sense. I mean, you don't want to give everybody in the guild the leeway of just starting a raid whenever they want it, especially if raids have to have all kinds of prep work done, and you want one person. I mean, you obviously want to spend those resources as efficiently as possible, so you don't want somebody, griefing the guild by starting a tier 6 or heroic tier raid when majority of your guild is only level 60 to 70. You're not going to there's no way you're going to be able to accomplish a heroic tier or a tier 6 raid. So giving that control to the guild leader makes sense, obviously. I mean, for anybody who's been playing MMORPGs for any duration of time. I played World of Warcraft for a long period of time, and obviously you didn't want, other people other than the guild leader, unless they were officers in the guild, going out and saying, "Hey guys, we're going to go raid this tonight," and everybody else out of it. So, let's see here. So tier 1, no requirement intended for level 30 and gear level 3. That sounds like you're pretty much beginner guilds. Level 30, you can hit that in literally 3, 4, 5 days if you're really playing hardcore and refreshing that energy. Tier 2 requires characters to have at least 2 stars, intended for level 40, and obviously a very, very small step up from Tier 1. Tier 2, small step up from that, 3 stars in level 50. Tier 4, 4 stars in level 60. Tier 5, 5 stars level 70. I imagine a majority of guilds are going to be slaughtering the Tier 5 raids, because right now the guild that I'm in, we are midway between Tier 5 and Tier 6. The vast majority of our guild are free-to-play and whales who have been playing for a very long time. A lot of us have a very, very deep character roster. there are people in my guild that literally have 20 to 30 7-star characters, which to me is insane. But those people are also spending a substantial sum of money on the game. So, that makes sense. You pay for the game, you're going to have larger options, a larger inventory of characters to draw from. Now, where it gets real interesting is tier 6 to heroic tier 7. The heroic tier looks like it is going to be some serious, serious work. A lot of people have their characters around 5, 6, 7 stars, gear levels 7, 8, and 9. Occasionally you have those characters that you could get to level 9 before they pushed that crazy gear requirement where they changed a lot of the gear requirements for some characters, increasing mat costs from 20 to 50 and adding in that illustrious gear item that none of us have access to, which I'm assuming is going to be available through raids and guilds. So heroic tier, no joke, 7 stars, level 80, gear level 9. That's going to be some awesome stuff. So the highest difficulty tier also has a time limit, so only the most elite guilds working together with their mightiest squads will be able to best it. Obviously, heroic tier is going to be the highest tier. So, raid rewards. Players who participate in and complete the raid will earn special rewards. Go figure. If you're a lazy sloth sitting around doing nothing, obviously you're not going to reap the benefits or the rewards of your guildie's hard work. So, this is cool because it actually forces, or rather not really forces, but encourages participation. You don't want guild members sitting around collecting the rewards while everybody else does the hard work. I know it kind of builds resentment and causes a lot of contention among guildmates, and that's never good for business. So you're gonna get credits, which are awesome. We all know that there is a huge credit shortage in this game. Merit tokens, gear prize boxes. The geared prize boxes are going to be pretty freaking awesome. I'm super stoked about this. Like I said, that illustrious, elusive piece of gear that nobody has access to right now, I'm assuming is going to be the most readily available item in those gear boxes. I imagine as you get higher up into the tiers, you're going to get better gear. Makes sense. And then that fully crafted pieces of gear, I hope that's not only in the heroic tier of raids. I hope that's going to be one of those added bonuses for those higher level tiers like 6 and 5, maybe even. Also in this update, they are going to be introducing Gamorreans. I know that there have been guildmates of mine who have been talking about wanting to get them some piggies. So, Gamorreans, if you aren't familiar with a lot of the races in the Star Wars universe, Gamorreans are best recognized and most iconically recognized as Jabba the Hutt's guards in episodes 5 and 6. You see those big, brutish, they don't seem very intelligent, but they are brutal. The Gamorrean Guard, Brute, and Captain are going to be introduced with this update. The Guard looks like basically your lower level enemy. However, it does look like he's going to do some cause some significant problems and have to be worked through strategically. Dealing physical damage to a target enemy and exposing him for 2 turns, that sucks. I hate being exposed. You're also going to have taunts on all of these Gamorreans. That's going to be annoying. Asajj Ventress, Mace Windu, Qui-Gon Jinn are definitely going to be earning their keep in these raids. Heavy Chop, Gamorrean Brute, deals physical damage and inflict heal immunity. Whoopee. The Gamorrean version of Darth Sidious. Not real excited about that. Physical damage to target enemy, inflict buff immunity. Alright, so there's not even a % chance of, of buff immunity. That is, no joke, buff immunity. And ability block for not just 1 turn, but 2 turns. Awesome. So these Gamorreans are going to be giving people nightmares. Mighty Thrust, deal physical damage to the target enemy plus bonus damage equal to 20% of their max health. So if any of you guys have, golly, I can't remember the clone Rex, his ability. It's essentially a built-in expose on the base attack. Annoying. If the target had 50% health or more, also call an ally to assist. This attack can't be evaded. Awesome. So, all of you running your Count Dooku and Old Ben and Asajj Ventress, or not, sorry, not Asajj, but Ahsoka Tano, all of you characters running those leader abilities to increase your evasion, Luminara, yeah, good luck. Rally the guards, call all Gamorrean allies to assist, then summon up to 2 Gamorrean allies in battle. That's going to be insane. Gamorrean captains are going to be the main guys to take down. And unfortunately, in my opinion, just knowing how these things work, they're probably going to have the most health. So they are going to be a pain in the butt to take down. Meanwhile, you're getting beat on by all the other Gamorrean enemies. It's hopefully they don't throw more than one captain in on each level or stage or whatever. But I could see that not being a likelihood. So, Bestial Roar, allies gain 30% turn meter, offense up for 3 turns, and other allies recover 30% of their max health. So, this guy is going to be nuts. He's just kind of a mix of all of your worst nightmares when going up against enemies. So, then, of course, once you get through the Gamorreans, the Rancor. The first raid available in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is the Pit, where players will face off against the Rancor. This mighty foe smashes its enemies and will even devour them after so many rounds in the fight. Crushing Claw. Deal physical damage to the target enemy with 50% chance to inflict healing immunity for 2 turns and 50% chance to stun for 1 turn. This stun chance is doubled, essentially 100%, if the target has less than 50% health. This ability does 30% less damage to taunting targets. So, obviously this makes having a tank on your team highly recommended. Rancor Slam. Deal physical damage to all enemies with a 35% chance to inflict health down for 2 turns. Then the Devourer's cooldown is reduced by 1 for each enemy that is below 50% health. That's going to be rough. Keeping your team above 50% health is going to be key in defeating the Rancor, it looks like. Bellow, the Rancor roars, can't talk today, dispelling all positive status effects from all enemies and removing 75% turn meter from each enemy that did not have a positive status effect. This is going to be very, very strategic. Building your teams to have high health, a tank, constant heals to keep people above 50% health, and then also making sure that your team is buffed. So it's going to be some strategy involved in defeating the Rancor. So all of those players out there who don't have a very deep character chart or character roster are going to have trouble really defeating the Rancor. I know that for me, my second account is a droid synergy team. I don't really have a reliable tank. In fact, the only tank I have that I'm even really remotely working on is my Royal Guard, and that's only level 50 and 4 stars, and it's a level 72 account. So I'm gonna have to seriously put some resources into improving my characters so that I can compete against the Rancor. So Guild Store. The Guild Store offers gear for sale as well as character shards. It's basically just going to be another interface for purchasing more stuff. All new characters, the Gamorrean Guard and the Jawa Engineer, which I'm super stoked about. A lot of people have data mined the Jawa Engineer, and the Engineer looks like it is going to be a character that, especially on my second account that I just mentioned with the Droid Synergy team, is going to be cash money. Supposedly they have a revive ability, some heals, and some other buffs for droids. In addition to this, you may see shards in the store for other characters you're powering up, such as Rey. Guild activities. Guilds must work together to complete daily activities, such as completing a set number of light side battles. This is the best way to earn guild funds, which are currency used to activate raids. So basically, I don't know where I found it, but there is a list of how many of each daily activity you have to complete in order to what am I trying to say? In order to get materials and prep for the raids to start the raids. I know that there are, each day is going to have, say, light side battles. If the guild completes X number of light side battles, they get this much progress towards unlocking the raid, or raid progress, or however they're going to term that. Another day may be Galactic Wars. So Galactic War battles. How many battles did you fight in Galactic War? So if you are anticipating that, say Wednesday is your Galactic War, don't reset on Tuesday. In fact, just leave your Galactic War on Tuesday. Don't do anything with it. And then when you get on Wednesday, well, obviously make sure that you have the little Galactic War resets, whatever, so that you're not losing a Galactic War. But when you get into Wednesday morning, you'll have all of Tuesday's Galactic War be able to reset and run through Wednesday's Galactic War. So you'll make maximum progress towards that status. And then, say the next day is Dark Side battles. I know a lot of people are not going to want to stop farming characters. So, I mean, I know I'm not going to say, oh, well, I'm only going to farm character shards if they're in the Dark Side battles. No. There are a couple characters that I am constantly working on that I am going to be pushing those hard modes. Now that's going to use a little bit of my energy, and I'm going to have to spend probably 100 crystals on my light side and dark side days to do those extra battles to get the guild extra credit, but I'm not going to stop farming my shards. As a free-to-play, that's just way too valuable for me. I mean, I could probably afford to, but I don't want to miss out on one full day's worth of shards for particular characters just because they're not found in light side or dark side battles. So then the next ones are going to be PvP battles. Obviously, you only have a limit of 5 free PvP, but you can spend crystals to do more than those 5 PvP battles. And I know that as a free-to-play, I'm not going to be going out and spending massive amounts of crystals in order to do extra PvP battles. But I have a feeling that those the excess requirements for PvP battles are really only going to be important for unlocking heroic raids. So that's just kind of what I've heard so far. I'm really stoked for these guild raids. They're going to be awesome. I've got some awesome guild mates that I'm super stoked to get in and start kicking some Rancor butt. I've left it on the Gamorrean Guard abilities here so that you guys can kind of read a little bit more on that, because that is going to be the character that's going to be available in guild raids or from the guild store. So, good stuff coming. Sunday evening, look for this patch. I'm stoked. You should be stoked. We should all be stoked. Raids, guilds, big changes. It's kind of the light at the end of the tunnel after this rather horrific and very polarizing patch that was pushed. A lot of the horrific parts of it have been fixed. A lot of the balancing that was initially out of whack has been fixed. I'm still waiting for them to fix Yoda, because I think he got the poopy end of the Nerf stick, so to speak. So get out there and get recruiting, guys. If you haven't found a guild already, jump into it, because there are plenty of guilds out there recruiting on the forums. So with that, I am going to go ahead and close out of this, and we can go ahead and close it up, guys. So thanks for watching. As always, like, favorite, subscribe. Appreciate the patronage of the few guys that are subscribed to me. Still kind of new, haven't been out there very long. Hopefully that changes. Take it easy, guys.